Welcome to my YouTube Life with Kinsey. I'm so sad today because you know what? When I was recording this video, I recorded it with the mic on. And for some reason, the whole video is just mute. So the mic was not. Oh my goodness. Anyway, guys, come and let me teach you how to make. If you are on a healthy diet, or you're just trying to lose weight, or you are managing your sugar diabetes, all these chronic illnesses, this is definitely a breakfast that you can always have every day, and you make sure that you still be getting all your health benefits from this breakfast. So this is whole wheat flour that we are using, and we're just gonna use 2.5 cups of it, or we just use 2 cups, right? Anyway, I think I can just use the whole bowl, right? So guys, if you are trying to lose weight, even dietitians always recommend that you use whole wheat instead of using white flour, because white flour is over processed, and there's a lot of sugar in that. So whole wheat is always your bestie, right? So I am gonna use this whole wheat instead of white flour. I'm gonna use the whole wheat. Instead of iodized salt, the white salt, I'm gonna use Himalaya salt. And instead of sugar, I am using this dates powder. So this dates powder is like 100% natural, and it's just like a natural sweetener. So just imagine having that date as a fruit. So I'm gonna use like 4 tablespoons of this, because this is like about 3 cups of flour, right? And it should be just sweet enough, and I don't really want it over sweet, but because of kids, I think I'm just gonna add 1 more spoon, and that's like a total of 5 tablespoons. And if you're having these now, I think it's ideal to just like have 2 pieces a day, then yeah. So now I'm gonna also use this coconut cream. This is coconut flavor, desiccated coconut, just for that flavor, so that the scones will not be plain and boring. And let me tell you something, if you really master whole wheat scones, they are actually nicer than normal scones, right? So this desiccated coconut is very nice and creamy and yummy. And then I'm also gonna use coconut milk, and this is like 5 to 7% fat. So it's still very, very healthy, and it's definitely healthier than cow milk. This is coconut milk, is natural from the tree, right? And I'm also using Greek yogurt instead of using milk, or instead of using fresh cream milk, or instead of using my cultured milk. So you see that it's ticking all the health boxes, right? So this is it. These are my dry ingredients now, and I've also added baking powder, right? But I don't know, for some reason it's not really showing here. So now I'm gonna go in with my wet ingredients, and remember I said I used 3 cups of flour, so I really need them to be like extra soft and extra fluffy, so that I make sure that I really reduce minimum of calories per scone. Because if it's fluffy, that means it's just gonna look big, but with really like almost like empty calories, if that makes sense. So this is now like my 3 eggs, and I'm also adding my Greek yogurt. This Greek yogurt is sweetened with honey, so but it's still very, very healthy, like absolutely healthy. And I'm also gonna add this coconut milk. Remember my wet ingredients now, it's my Greek yogurt, 3 eggs, and coconut milk. And now I'm adding coconut essence, and I'm also gonna add vanilla essence, right? So guys, this is all I'm gonna do now today with my wet ingredients, and then I'm just gonna whisk it together, mix this up, and then I'll also now mix it with my dry ingredients. But before I mix my dry ingredients, oh my goodness, my kids cannot just always let me to be great. They always want to come and disturb my videos. But now you're going to make sure that this mixes very well without any lumps. And now this is already like the texture that I am looking for. So now I'm also adding my baking powder. This is like about 2 tablespoons of baking powder. You really don't want to put too much of it, and you don't want to put less of it. So it's always just advisable that you just put the accurate amount of baking powder if you're baking, because if it goes overboard, it's just going to have it will take the taste off balance, right? So now this is it. Now I've mixed and now I'm gonna put my coconut milk instead of butter, right? So do you see how healthy it is? Instead of that processed butter with high cholesterol and everything, I'd rather go with coconut oil. This is like pressed coconut oil. This is 100% natural, and it is very, very low in calories, and it is super, super, super healthy. You should actually check it out. Just go on the internet and Google coconut oil benefits, and you'll see everything there, right? So now this is it. Now I've mixed my coconut oil with my flour, and now I'm gonna just go in with my hand to just make sure that I make this whole mixture to look like breadcrumbs, right? So that's what I'm trying to achieve now, and this is what is looking like already, and I think it's almost gonna be done soon. Okay, so now it's time to go in with my wet ingredients. So I'm mixing the two together now. This is just like the final stage of making scones. And scones are very healthy. I feel like scones are actually like, well, from the southern part of Africa, we were introduced to scones by the British people, right? So, because that's their English breakfast. Like, English breakfast is from Britain. So, that's where this delicacy comes from. You know, it originates from the UK. So it's really, really healthy and very yummy. You know, in case you don't know, like most West Africans don't really know scones. I'm not shading anything or anybody, but I'm just saying facts. And it's not a bad thing. But you can actually try them out and you will really love them, because they are so filling and they are very healthy. So now I've already mixed my wet ingredients with my dry ingredients. And one thing about scones, you don't want to overmix them, because you have to achieve a certain texture, right? They need to be kind of like flaky. But at the moment they are now kind of like sticky or elastic, then you got the wrong texture. So they are always supposed to be flaky, right? So you just always make sure that you don't have to like over mix it. Once you mix your wet ingredients and dry ingredients, just use your hand to mix them, or use a spatula to mix them, but not over mix it. Like 1 minute maximum, 1 minute maximum, right? So this is what it's looking like now. I'm just using flour to just make sure that I can actually be able to just cut them up, right? So this is it now. I'm just gonna now grease my baking tray. I'm greasing my baking tray in preparation of putting the scones. So I'm gonna put this in the oven to preheat while I am now cutting my scones. So now I've already started cutting them up. Now you see how easy they come out from the scones cutter. This is like a cookies cutter. You can use it for scones, you can use it for cookies as well, right? So now this is the process, guys. And remember that if you want to make healthy scones, always substitute sugar. Instead of sugar, use dates powder, or you can use a little bit of honey, or you can use sweeteners as well, like all your stevia, your canderos, and everything. And instead of butter, you can use coconut oil. You can use a little bit of olive oil, although olive oil, I feel like olive oil is really best for dressing, you know. Actually, I feel like olive oil is the best thing if you want to like use it for dressing for your salads and for, you know, your barbecue and everything. But if you want to make scones, just try and look for coconut oil, look for dates powder, look for Greek yogurt instead of using a cultured milk or using full cream milk, right? So like those are the primary things that you really have to make sure that you do if you are really on a healthy journey. And also, even if you're not on a healthy journey, you really want to eat kind of well, right? Feed your body the right things. So now I'm just preparing my egg wash just to brush over the scones before I put them in the oven, right? So guys, please do take this opportunity to follow me, to subscribe to my channel, comment on my content, share my content with your friends, you know, because I cook meals from Nigeria, South Africa, America, Britain, everywhere, right? So I am the right plug for you, right? If you are a newly married person, also you want to learn, I am free to teach anybody. You can reach me on my Instagram. You can actually like go through my YouTube and make sure that you're always there and commenting and everything. So this is the outcome, guys, and they're so nice and fluffy. Bye.